Hi, welcome to SwissWatchExpo. If you are in the market for maybe your first luxury timepiece, but you have a little bit of a budget, I have three great, fantastic timepieces that are going to fit within that price point, so stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to SwissWatchExpo. Jason here, and today if you are in the market for a luxury timepiece but you're on a little bit of a budget, I have three great timepieces in front of me that are going to be actually under the $5,000 price point, and these are all in the automatic movement timepieces as well, so these are going to be really great options for you if you are looking for something that is going to be a little bit on a budget. So the first one we're going to take a look at today is one of my favorite TAG watches. So this is the TAG Heuer Carrera. And this is a GMT with a skeleton dial. And I think value for value, this is a fantastic timepiece right under the $5,000 price point. But you do have this beautiful skeleton dial, and there's just so much going on with this timepiece here. Is not only do you have the chronograph functions on the timepiece, but you do have the GMT hand as well as a skeletonized dial. So it just has so much going on with this timepiece, as well as that beautiful exhibition case back. And if you've seen any of my videos, you know I am a sucker for any watch that has that open case back, so you can see that beautiful movement on the back of the case, which I think is just phenomenal. So to get something like this, a nice sporty watch, they nicknamed this the Batman, of course, kind of an homage to the Rolex GMT Master with the blue and black bezel. So this one is very similar to that look. So if you are looking for a larger timepiece that's going to give you pretty much all the really cool functions of a skeletonized dial and really everything jam-packed into a really nice package, this is a really great timepiece that's going to be under the $5,000 price point. Next up is we have this Tudor timepiece here, and it is very reminiscent of a Rolex Submariner when you take a really quick glance at it. It almost looks very similar to the steel and gold Submariner that Rolex has to offer, but this is a little bit more of a budget-friendly version, and I actually prefer this one a little bit better because I love the way that the dial on this one is kind of like a matted black finish. I think it goes really well with the hour markers and the looms that are on here. I think it's just really nice contrast on here. And to get a timepiece that gives you that gold and steel tone under the $5,000 range, I think is fantastic. Now these are gold capped. They're not a solid 18 karat gold on the link. So it is steel with an 18 karat gold cap on top of it. So don't get that confused with plating. It's not like stainless steel with the yellow gold plating to make it look like it's yellow gold. There is actually an 18 karat gold layer right on top of that steel casing on the links there. So I think it's a really nice classic timepiece. If you are looking for a really cool kind of dive watch look, I think this is a fantastic choice for you. Something that is very simple, very clean on the dial. You do have your date wheel here at the 3 o'clock mark. But very simple timepiece. I love this one, and right under the $5,000 range, you really can't go wrong with a Tudor timepiece. Now, out of all three options that I have in front of me, and if you've seen a lot of my videos in the past, you know that this Omega Seamaster Diver 300 is one of my favorite that Omega has to offer, and especially under the $5,000 price point on the secondary market, you cannot go wrong with this one. There's just so much going on with this dial. If you take a really close look at it, you can see that beautiful lacquered wave dial design that is laser engraved onto that ceramic dial, so it adds a really nice definition. And if you get this in the right lighting, you can really see the definition of those lines. And I love the wave pattern design that they brought back on this model. And of course, you have your ceramic bezel with those nice bright white lettering that's going to be very legible, especially if you are a professional diver. That's something that's going to be really easy to read, especially when you are going diving. Of course, this wouldn't be a professional dive watch without that beautiful helium escape valve. And for some, that might be a pain point, but for me, I love the look of that. I think it's really grown on me, and it gives it that iconic Seamaster look that I think Omega is just gonna keep on their watches because everyone else decided they want to do an integrated helium escape valve. I think Omega is doing a really great job at just sticking to their guns and keeping that on there. Very classic, iconic look. Of course, you do have your sapphire crystal on the front and the back. And again, you have that beautiful exhibition case back with that in-house movement from Omega. It is Meta certified, so it is going to be really good if you are someone that is a professional diver. Love the bracelet on this one. Now, some people do complain that it doesn't taper because it is a 20 millimeter lug to lug on the bracelet size. But for me, I actually love the way that it looks. I love that it is all one size because it looks really nice and sporty when you are wearing it on the wrist. Of course, you have your double button mechanism here. And then one thing I do love is during the summertime, I can adjust it with the diver's extension slide here. So you can just push and adjust it during the summertime. So if your wrist is swelling up during the heat, or you live somewhere that's very humid, like here in Atlanta, Georgia, you would probably love that feature of being able to adjust the size on the fly there. So again, if you are looking for an automatic timepiece, this is a great option, especially if you are looking for a dive watch under a $5,000 price point. This is just absolutely fantastic. And if you know the Omega Seamaster diver, you know these do come in different color combinations, so you can really find one that's going to fit your everyday wear. So these are just some of the options that we do have that are in the automatic movement right under the $5,000 price point, but there are so many more options on our website, SwissWatchExpo.com. So if you do need some assistance on finding that perfect timepiece for you under the $5,000 price point, give us a call here and we'd love to help you out.